I'd say the number one thing I'm grateful for with Harry is the fact he stood by me throughout my skin condition and didn't view me any differently, didn't love me any differently. Just that strength in our relationship has been like the number one thing.
Hello and welcome to Separate Bathrooms. We would like to acknowledge the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation, the traditional custodians of this land, and pay our respects to the elders both past and present. My name's Cam Daddo.
I'm Ali Daddo.
Honey, have you ever imagined what it would be like to have 1 million followers on social media?
No. No, I can't say I've never imagined that. I'm always amazed that people do have that many and more.
Yeah.
Who's got the most? Is it Taylor Swift that's got the most in the world?
Probably. She's probably got 200 million. I don't know.
Yeah, she'd have to be up there.
Yeah, but I remember back in the day that when someone got 1 million followers, that was like
massive.
I mean, it was Beyonce and people like that had them 1 million. And it was huge.
I remember when Jennifer Aniston joined Instagram.
Yeah.
It wasn't that long ago, actually. And I think in 2 days she was at 40 million.
Is that right?
Yeah.
40?
Yeah, 40. It does sound like a lot of work to have that many followers,
so
right?
Much work.
But our guests have got a very cool 5 million plus followers on TikTok, actually. I think it's more TikTok is their jam.
Rosie Daniels and Harry Potter. Yes, you got that right. He's actually the OG Harry
He's
Potter.
the OG.
Born before the wizard, 14 days before.
14 days, yep.
They have over 238 million views on their content together.
Oosh. Yeah, the proposal video has got over 5 million just on that one video.
I bet it's romantic.
They just moved from the UK, the northwest of England, to the Sunshine Coast in Queensland earlier this year.
As you do. They flew their dogs over from the UK to Australia with them as well. They've managed to blend comedy, heart and adventure. Adventure. And they've invited us, including you, listener, along for the ride. Let's chat with Rosie Daniels and Harry Potter. Welcome to Oz.
Thank you.
You too. Rosie and Harry.
Yes.
When did you arrive?
I think it was
8 months ago, right?
start of
months ago?
February.
Yeah,
End
it feels
of
like
January.
yesterday, but it was 9 months ago.
Wow.
It's so weird.
I know.
So you've been through the Aussie winter, which is probably nothing compared to the UK.
Yeah, like you say that, and it does. I can't even register that it was winter.
Yeah, right.
Like it
Right.
was has felt like summer the whole
Yeah.
time we've been
It
here.
has. Yeah.
Well, you landed in the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah.
I mean, what a beautiful place.
Yeah.
So nice. Although we did bring rain with us, though we feel because when we got there, it rained for like
3 months straight.
yeah.
And not like little rain. It was like
That's
Heavy-
true. It
heavy
did
rain.
Cats
have
and
a lot
dogs
of
rain.
rain.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was in the rainforest. Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
But it's still hot, so
Yeah.
It makes
Yeah.
you acclimatise easier, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
That's the UK all the time.
I recognise this rain.
yeah.
A little bit warmer. Look, we are a relationship podcast, and we love to sort of dive into your relationship and everyone's relationship. But how did the two of you first meet, and what was your first impression of each other?
Oh, here comes a
God.
cheesy love story.
Yeah,
good.
we
We
know.
like it.
Cheesy love story.
You know that
Lay it
thing where
on.
people say love at first sight and it sounds
Yeah.
so cringy and you think it doesn't happen? Well,
It
that kind
happened.
of just happened with us.
Yeah.
And I didn't think that existed, but
Well, love at first sight on Instagram first.
Oh,
and then it was like,
yeah, true.
But then you messaged me first actually, and I didn't reply, which sounds really bad. doesn't
Yeah,
it?
Harry actually
Why?
ignored me for probably a
and
month.
how long ago was this?
Coming up to 6 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you guys were like 5.
not quite. I just turned 19.
Yeah, I was
and
21,
you were 21.
wasn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you saw? Were you following each other on Instagram
Well,
at that
I was
point,
following
or?
Rosie for a long time, and then I didn't realise that we worked for the same company.
Yes.
We worked for a
That
gym
was
company.
where kind of how we knew of
Okay,
each
gotcha.
other.
Yeah, so I knew Rosie from that. She was posting a lot of fitness stuff, so as you can imagine, I was quite interested. And I
Just
was like,
for the outfits,
"Who's
or
this?"
for what?
Oh, she was just like the whole thing. And,
Stop, you're going to make me blush.
Yeah, and then you found me on a video, I think on Instagram as well, and then we were like, we worked out we're going to the same Christmas party.
Yeah.
So then we were deciding to meet up there and and then it kind of went from there, didn't it?
Yeah, just
And we were just like
hit it off from the first time we
Yeah,
met each other. So it
literally.
was
That's
great.
so
we were messaging for like a week
beautiful.
straight, weren't we?
Yeah,
And
before.
then we met, and it was either going to be really bad or really good, and it was like exactly how we planned it. Yeah.
Yeah, and
So-
it's just crazy to feel like that we met through like work rather than
Yes.
online. I feel like in this generation it's so hard to meet people without kind of like that online dating.
So
So we're
true.
just so grateful to have met
You
And
met
although
the
we're
without
in the
old-fashioned
that.
way.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in the same company, but I was like on the other end of the country.
Yep.
So we were like
okay.
3 hours apart. So it was, even though we worked together, it was like we worked for the same company.
Yeah.
Not together, but I know we worked together.
So if you ever get married, you're going to have to like be in full denim, like a whole jeans outfit, like just in honor of the company that you worked for, and just
Yeah, I
Maybe.
mean maybe.
Maybe. Yeah,
Nah,
we
you don't have
They
to
said, they went, oh, maybe
Yeah.
you're
We're gonna
going
go
to be
down.
the one that saves me. That was maybe a
Go
good
down the
question. I thought,
country
who do you like better, the Beatles or Oasis?
Oh god.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah.
they're too young for both.
Yeah,
No,
that's,
no,
I
we're
was
not.
gonna say.
No way.
No, I was
I listened to the Beatles.
Thanks, Harry.
I don't know any of their songs, but I'm going to say I listened to them.
Oh, okay.
If they come on, I'll be like, I know that song. Oh, it's the Beatles.
Yeah.
That was the Beatles, you know?
What prompted the move to Australia?
I mean, I grew up in Australia. I grew up just south of Perth in a town called Bustleton. And then my family's originally from England. We moved back to England when I was 15 and then met Harry.
Mm-hmm.
My parents moved back to Australia in COVID because they were just sick of the UK.
Yeah.
And then since the day that we met, I straight away told Harry, I'm going to be moving to Australia when I'm older. So
I never wanted to live in the UK like all my life, but I didn't know where I wanted to go. It was either America, Australia. That's about it.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to live
Okay.
somewhere with an A.
yeah.
I was like, America sounds cool, but I don't know. Yeah, you obviously mentioned Australia, and I was like, I'm all for it. But the weird thing is, when I was younger, my mum went to see, Psychic,
Oh, yes.
Yes.
and they literally said your youngest son will
Is gonna move
will do
abroad.
a job that doesn't involve uniform and also live the furthest country away. And I literally did that.
So
how
that's a
weird's
bit
that?
weird.
I don't know if that's a coincidence or what, but really, really weird.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
maybe she predicted my future. I don't know, but that was what prompted the move. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, it's. I'm sure if you had $1 for every time somebody asked you this, you know this question's coming to you, Harry.
It's the name.
You can see,
It's
you
the
can see
name.
Harry weighed down by all the dollars in his pocket.
Yes, you
Harry
can.
Potter. So when, at what point did you know that you had probably one of the most famous literary names in the planet?
Oh God, I think when I fully realised it was my name, I was like 3?
Yeah,
3 years old?
okay, yeah.
Because before that, it's such a long story. It's going to be interesting for anyone listening because it's like, I actually got J.K. Rowling's, she wrote me a letter.
No.
Yeah, so my dad was a police officer at the time and he knew where she was in this particular house. So he wrote to her and she wrote back on like the Hogwarts paper and gave us all. I think it was her that gave us the tickets, but we got all tickets to like the first premiere in London, and it was really cool. So that, yeah, I think when I was like 3, I started to realise it's actually my name. But my parents used to play the fact that like all the pencil cases, all the merch was mine.
Yeah.
So I didn't
thought it was
actually know
made
until I
for
was like
you.
3 years old. I thought they just used to say, yeah, it's for you. And I was like, oh, cool. I guess it's like a really cute thing to tell a kid. So
Yeah.
when I was 3, I was like, maybe this isn't actually me. Which kind of sucked. And then from then on, it just went joke after joke after joke.
Yeah.
Just went downhill from there.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just refer to my last name now as Potts. No, I do love it. I really love it. But it's just such a funny life. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Because
what
you
an
he was
incredible
the
name.
he was an OG. He was the OG Harry Potter. He was born before
Absolutely.
the first book
It
came
was
out.
like
Yeah,
14
yeah.
days before it was
14
yeah.
days. You've got it by
14
14
Yeah.
days.
Which is crazy.
What- like
Were
pure
other Harry
luck.
Potters invited to the premiere of the movie too?
I
Do you
don't
know?
know. God, I was so young. I've got
Can't even
it all
probably
in
remember.
a frame at home. I was like,
It's probably worth a lot of money.
Yeah, it's so cute.
It was really cool. I don't remember. I didn't actually know why I was there. Obviously my parents did. But I just went along for the ride. It was really cool.
Did
so.
you ever dress up as him for book week or anything
Always.
like that?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
Even I didn't know
No,
that.
I
didn't
always-
know
But
you
you
did
went
that.
as Slytherin, right?
No. I had to go as Harry Potter. Yeah, I had a massive forehead as a kid, so like I used to draw the biggest like scar on my head. I used to go the whole way down. I used to rinse it as a kid. Yeah, I would just always talk about it and stuff. And then when I got to like 10, I was like, you know what, this is getting boring now. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been there, done that many times.
Rosie, do you ever give him crap for it? Do you ever make a Harry Potter gag?
No,
No,
never.
okay.
He's the only
No.
person that hasn't ever.
That's why they're together
That's why they're
still.
together. It's
Yeah,
like, oh, thank
true.
God.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, relief.
No, it's
yeah.
only stupid podcast hosts that ask about it. Was there a moment that you knew that each of you was the one? I mean, I know you spoke about it was love at first sight, but was there something else that really cemented and just went, oh, yes?
I think just from day one,
Very similar.
just like everything, every goal we wanted for our future aligned.
It related in some way, didn't it?
Yeah, so I think having that common long-term goal in a relationship is probably like the number one thing, because I think if you meet someone and you want different things, different paths out of life, it becomes difficult. So I think just from like very early on, we were always on the exact same page and had the exact same things that we wanted to work towards together. So it kind of just worked from day one, really.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
And since you've moved from the UK, how different is your life now? And
Oh my God, it's like we're dreaming, isn't it?
Every day. Yeah.
Because like when you think of the UK versus Australia, it's so different. You've got the palm trees, the
Blue
ocean,
skies here.
which is so hard to get the ocean in the UK. And if you go to an ocean in the UK, everybody in the UK is there.
Yeah.
At one beach.
And there's pebbles usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so different, isn't it?
It
More for me
is.
than you, really, because you already lived this life for 10
True,
years.
true.
When you were younger.
I just think the variety of things to do in Australia just gives you such a good balance in a relationship, especially
does.
when you work together. You guys can probably relate. When you work together, you spend every day together. Just having a lot more things to do rather than being trapped inside every day in like cold weather. It just allows you to get out and clear your head in different ways and just be a lot more happier in general, I think.
We did have fun in London. It would be fun when we lived there in Manchester, but I think over
Just
here,
wasn't the lifestyle
just
we were
little beach
looking for.
walks, find a nice cafe. It's harder to do that in the UK. We found anyway. I don't know where we lived in particular, but just the little things. And our dogs love it here as well. Which is
I know. I want to ask you about your
yeah, they
dogs.
love it
But
here.
I was going to say though, imagine, do you tell your friends when they say, "So where are you living in Australia?" You're literally in a place called the Sunshine Coast.
Yeah. So we
it's
couldn't
like
have
you
picked
are
a
living
better place.
home and away right now.
Oh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And it is just, it's
Yeah.
sunshiny out there.
Yeah, so true.
It's very true. Yeah, no, our dogs love it over here. We had to fly them over, which sucked. It was like 11,000 miles for them and stuff. And,
I cried every day.
and they're very
every day.
sensitive dogs, aren't they? They're
Yeah.
like the most pampered dogs.
What
ever.
sort of dogs are they?
Golden retrievers.
Yeah, we've got
Oh,
two.
well, they are
They're
lovable,
quite young.
aren't they?
They're only
Sensitive.
So
2.5
beautiful.
and 3, aren't
Yeah.
they?
they're still
they're
babies.
still young.
Still
Yeah.
babies, but they
We
love
lived in the States for 25 years and
Oh, that's
we
crazy.
had we had multiple dogs across our time. But when we were moving back here, we still had our gorgeous little rescue mutt. And as you know, the process to get that dog into Australia.
Oh, so you moved a dog from the US
Yeah.
to
From the
Australia. So you
US.
guys get it.
Oh,
the
yeah.
quarantine.
And the
Unbelievable.
worst thing is like you save a mortgage for a house, it ends up going on your dogs.
It goes
Yeah.
on the dog.
Because I think it cost us to move our dogs over. What was it, 40,000 Australian dollars?
Yeah,
Which is
20,000 for each
20,000.
dog.
Yeah.
And everybody would tell that's like, no way, I would have just got new dogs. I'm like,
No, you
I'm
don't
not
get
getting
it.
anymore.
Clearly, you're
Yeah.
not a dog owner.
Yeah.
No,
but it
I
was so
agree.
worth it. So all our savings for like a house pretty much went on our dogs, didn't
Yeah,
they?
but
they're
worth it.
Well, we call our dog the most expensive rescue dog ever because he was about 8,000 American, I think it
Yeah,
was,
US,
to,
yeah.
to,
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
fly him over. And then he got terribly, terribly sick from the journey because of the stress.
Got very
Yeah.
stressed.
that's
He's
so
now on
sad.
medication.
Oh, no way.
Oh no!
So
just
he's
from the
more
journey.
expensive. Yeah,
Can I tell
little
you
guy.
the medication that we put him on, right? So he looked like. Do you know the book Harry McClary from Donaldson's Dairy?
Oh my god, yes.
Okay, so Dobby,
I
our
grew
dog
up
Dobby,
listening to
Harry,
that.
Dobby,
Dobby.
Is it called Dobby?
Yeah.
Cute. Dobby, yeah.
So
Dobby, Harry,
Another
Harry,
connection
Dobby.
Oh, that's
here.
awesome.
Yeah, no connection. But Dobby looked like Harry McClary, right?
Right.
And so now he's started on these like steroids and cortisol or whatever he's on.
He
You
had
know.
no adrenal system
Yeah,
left.
yeah.
it's all gone.
So he's on these couple of pills a day. Well, he grew another coat of hair
Oh,
with the stuff. So I think we've found a cure for baldness. as
yeah,
well.
great.
With his cortisol, but he actually
Yeah.
looked like he put his claw into an electrical socket. And he went,
and it's gone like all out.
Way.
so now we have to trim him.
Oh, how old is
and
he?
Dobby's still there. He's 16, maybe 17. We
Yeah,
don't really
still got
know.
him.
That's
Wow.
You know,
crazy.
That's impressive.
We do
Yeah.
think the pills are keeping him alive.
Oh, definitely. they
And
can.
he is still a very highly sexed dog because of the pills.
That's
Send us
crazy.
the pills and
He
be
will mount
giving them to our dog.
anything that actually I was gonna anything that moves. It's not even what moves. He mounts his pillow.
Yeah.
His
Really?
We got these mattresses, right?
Yeah.
And with what came with the mattresses were a little stuffed toy. They were koalas. koalas, right? And Dobby would grab the koala, the stuffed koala, and you'd see him bouncing past the back door as he's humping he had it anatomically correct as well. He was
That is so funny.
He'd be holding it in here and he'd go,
Oh no.
We didn't realise girl dogs do that as well.
Oh yeah,
They do it out
always-
of excitement and play.
Yeah.
So,
each other.
yeah. Yeah, it's funny.
So but the dogs are they're okay,
Fine.
they travel
You know what?
all right.
They're actually better than they were in the UK, which is so weird. They're more loving now.
I think it
thought
kind
they
of
have
gave them.
anxiety, but they don't.
I think it gave them a bit of separation, but like
Separation,
without the
definitely.
anxiety.
Okay.
So it kind
Yeah.
of just made them almost appreciate us a bit different.
Yeah.
So
We've got
we're
one
not
dog that
complaining.
isn't a cuddler at all, but she's the fluffiest little thing you'd ever see, and now she's a cuddler. So it's literally changed.
Aw.
To a
Made her
cuddler.
more needy, so I'm
That's-
not complaining.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, your job. I mean, we've said in our intro that you have 5 million followers, on TikTok and things. Is that your job now here in Australia? Is that what you're doing? And
Yes.
can you take us through that? Because we're Gen Xers, and
But he's a boomer.
I'm not a boomer.
He likes to
Hey,
pretend he's not a
I am
boomer.
not. I'm the leading edge of Gen X. Typical woman. Look at me. I'm not. I act like a boomer, but I'm not.
No, you're not. Don't worry. That wouldn't
I
even
have a
cross
little
my
Gen
boomer
X,
in
Gen
me.
X.
Gen X. There's a bit of a washover period,
Yeah,
with
you're-
what happens.
You're right on the edge.
Anyway, point is, I don't really understand TikTok, and I don't know how did it start in the UK, and where's it evolved to now?
Okay, so I feel like going back maybe more than 10 years ago, that was one of the big things that me and Harry had in common. When we first met, we'd both always wanted to do something that involved entertainment. Harry more so always wanted to be on YouTube.
Yeah.
And you started like vlogging when you were what, like
I think I was
13?
It was when I was in school and 14, I think.
Yeah.
I used to make free running video. Like all the flips and stuff people do.
Oh, did you?
I used to do all that, and I used to
sort of
film
thing.
it.
Yes.
Yeah, parkour. That's it.
Yeah, right.
And I got into that with filming, and I was like, oh, this is really fun. And I figured out YouTube and stuff, and I was like, I wonder if that could be my job. So I just set that as my mentality for I guess like 10 years until I reached my 10th subscriber. And then I met Rosie, and it went, woo!
Yeah, I think
Right.
COVID and lockdown was a huge thing
Sure,
for us because
definitely.
since the day we met, we were always making content, and nothing ever kicked off. And then COVID happened. Obviously, everyone was at home, and everyone started watching our stuff, didn't
Yeah.
they?
It was weird though, because I don't know do you remember Vine?
Yes,
Vine was like
Vines,
the
yeah,
6-second videos.
Yeah.
Like all the people like Logan Paul, Lele Pons, all the big creators now. That's where they came from. So almost like TikTok's the next generation of that.
Right.
And we were in the, I think we were in the shower one day. I think you were in the shower. I was like taking a poo. I don't know what I was doing, but we were having a conversation
As you
anyway.
do.
Whose poo were you taking?
Yeah, good question. Our little nighttime routine anyway. Too much detail.
Don't take poo.
We're having a
Just
lovely
Don't take it,
spa
leave it
day
in
in
the
our
toilet,
bar.
Harry. Yep.
And we literally said to each other, like we just need something like Vine to come around again, don't we? And as soon as we said that, I think TikTok was like right at the bottom of. It was when the people were dancing and stuff like that.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
no like really relationships on there.
Yeah.
And we just started posting videos on it. Little did we know that would become what we said in the shower, that we
Yeah, that
needed
was
that
our
to be our
version of
version of
Vine.
Vine. And it
Right.
ended up being what it is today.
Yeah,
Yes.
and it kind of just grew and grew and grew. And because it was always our goal, we always prioritized making videos and
Yeah.
content like it was just our number one focus, and it still is today.
And I think the key with social media is like if you kind of adapt to something that no one's really doing, you get favoured quite early on. Let's say you're doing comedy videos and there's no couples doing any couple videos.
Yeah.
And you start doing it, then you're going to be favoured because you're
'Cause
the only
you're
one doing it.
unique.
Yep.
I think
Yeah.
we got on very early doing stuff like that because we would just post stuff instead of separately together. People really liked it. And as soon as we started doing more stuff together, our followers just went up and up. And I feel like it's just because we got on it early. you
Yeah,
know?
sure.
Just like anything, I guess. But
Yeah.
yeah, and it just spiraled from there.
Was there one particular video that like you can look back at and go,
You're laughing.
that was
I
the
don't know what
moment?
the video is. What's the video?
The running one.
Oh my god!
Oh,
yeah.
it's so bad. So
running video.
obviously through the years, social media changes a lot, and
You have to take some like weird, risky videos just to see. Oh, I wonder if this will do well.
Right.
And this was one of them.
we did a video where we basically faked that Harry was someone I'd never met before.
Yeah.
And he would run past my house every morning, and I filmed him running past my house and
Like I was a
basically
jogger.
made this story of like, should I give him my number?
Yeah.
And just faked this
We were laughing
thing,
the
and
whole
it
time
was,
making it, like editing it. We were laughing, thinking this is just people are gonna laugh so much.
And
I
it
think
got,
we got
like-
what 60 million views.
Whoa.
No, I think it got 30 million
We
in
went
like 4 days.
And we went
didn't
from
it?
having 200,000 followers to a million followers in the
Yeah.
space of a week. Yeah,
So
just
from
from
that
that video.
one video.
Just from that one video, and it's so stupid. And people thought that's how we met.
Yeah, and then
Right.
we
Oh.
almost, because we built such a fan base from that one video, we felt bad not doing a part 2. So we just kept doing part 2, part 3. And then we
Just
were
carried it on for a
and then
little
we
while.
I think people realised, I think we put a video out saying it was like,
It was just a joke.
yeah,
But
we're quite like funny online. We're quite raw, and if we make a video,
Random.
people know we're joking. So I think they knew we were joking. I hope they did anyway.
But then obviously from that point we adapted our content to, instead of continuing being jokes and funny, now it's
Yeah.
kind of just real life, lifestyle,
Yeah.
everyday things and just our life really now, which is
yeah, we just kind of promote being a healthy relationship and just being best friends, you know. And I feel like that's what people like about it, because it's just so raw and just ourselves. When we're ourselves, we notice that like we're the best in content, but when we force stuff, it's just like, yeah. Well, we
It's
used
a
to put
lot
out
harder.
3 videos a week on 3 videos a day. Sorry, on
Oh,
TikTok.
wow.
And I think sometimes like 3 videos a week on YouTube, so it'd be non-stop. And then we noticed our relationship kind of fizzled out more, didn't it?
yeah, because we just weren't prioritizing the right thing.
Yeah, and then it was so like we wouldn't talk as much because we'd be doing loads of content. So we literally went like 10% down. Sorry, no, we went from 90% filming to like 10%,
Yeah.
and everything went so much better. So it's,
Everything meaning your relationship clearly
And work.
got better.
and work.
Both.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
And work went better as well.
I think there was one year we just prioritized work way too much. And the funny thing of our job is like, if we're not feeling good, we're not going to be good on camera. So it's like people want to just see us be happy and see us have a
Yeah.
laugh.
Yeah.
And I think we looked at it too much like
Like a job,
like
just
a-
like more
yeah,
like
a job that
structured.
didn't need to be that style of job.
Yeah.
We just couldn't really figure out how to look at it because
But it's all like learning. It's all
Yeah.
just
It is,
learning.
yeah, and we figured it out.
How do
that
you
way.
how do you create the content? Like, do you come up with the idea first, or like will you just be sitting out at dinner and go, "This food's disgusting. Let's create content about that," or like, is it just sort of whatever is in your
It's
daily life?
changes because
Yeah.
like sometimes things just happen that are
Yeah.
unexpected, and
pull the
other
camera out.
other times we'll plan our videos, as in videos like the other day we did like a morning routine as a couple that's just moved to Australia, so obviously that's kind of planned. But yeah, we do plan out what videos we do for the week, but if there's unexpected things, then that
We'll
just
plan out videos
happens
that
naturally.
we're going to film together that we both know.
Yeah.
And if there's videos that I want to do or she wants to do, we kind of keep them separate.
Yeah, like
And we just-
surprises and
like
things.
surprises and stuff.
You keep it on the same account though?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you shooting on just phones or do you use do you use
I've got my
professional
camera
stuff?
bag on the floor. That's got all my camera stuff in for YouTube. But we just use our phones for TikTok and Instagram. Yeah.
Okay.
Because you've become quite a prolific editor, I understand. Like from you've just self-taught.
Yeah.
And
yeah. That was the thing from a young age. I don't think I'll ever give up editing for YouTube.
Yeah,
It
okay.
takes so much time, but I just can't give it up. I don't know why.
It's your like
my
hobby,
little-
isn't
yeah.
it?
It's
Yeah.
a bit of a meditation though, isn't it?
is.
Sitting in the quiet, creating timing and,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, you
adding
used to
music.
love that,
I
didn't
love
you?
it.
Yeah,
I
it's so
get
nice.
quite deep into
I used to
it.
think I was quite a boring kid, and I love the fact that I could make a video more entertaining than I am.
Oh.
So I think that just got a bit addicting, and now I'm just like, yeah, it's just super fun.
Yeah.
So,
Have you thought about like taking it one step further or deeper into like creating a story? You know, like acting, drama rather, or
nice.
comedy, or
Harry would be great as an
I
actor.
do love the thought of acting. It's just,
I'm not so much that kind of style, but
I think Rosie would love to.
Yeah.
You'd love to do something to give back to all the people that have supported you for your skin throughout the years.
yes.
And like, what's it like? Make a book maybe, something like that.
Yeah,
like interesting stuff like that. But
potentially.
acting, I don't really know. I don't know. I never really thought about that. But if it comes around, I wouldn't say no.
yeah, right. So I just wondered because there you were making a plan back in the day to that was your goal.
Yeah.
Is that goal evolving now into further areas and deeper into
Yeah.
It
this sort of
definitely
work?
is evolving. I think we'll always want to do social media and creating content because the fan base that we've grown is almost like our family. We view them like our best friends.
Yeah.
And I think we'll always want to document our life in that way. But yeah, we've been working on some other things behind the scenes as far as creating extra things. We can't really say too much
Oh,
just
okay.
yet,
Okay.
but
it'd be super fun. Yeah, we spoke about starting something 4 years ago, but actually now it's probably going to come out in 2025. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
Oh,
Really
wow.
interesting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fun. Something that's like super creative, but kind of means a lot to us that we can give back.
Yeah.
And yeah, we're really looking forward to that. So
I mean,
can't say too much though.
The content of you packing up your life in the UK, moving here, must have been amazing because
So
that's
fun.
that's a lot of content that you
So
can do
much.
right there.
It's our favourite thing when big things
Yeah.
in life happen. We love just documenting it.
Yeah.
That's our
Okay.
favourite style of content.
And
just
people love seeing it as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
For sure.
so interesting. Yeah.
I know you briefly mentioned, Harry, about you said something about Rosie's skin, and I know that's something. It's psoriasis.
Yes, psoriasis.
Yeah, can you explain what that is? I think
So
most people
psoriasis
probably know,
is an
but
autoimmune condition.
Yeah.
So as much as it presents itself as like similar to looks like eczema kind
Yep.
of thing, it is actually like an internal condition in my immune system. So my immune system doesn't work typically the same as what someone else's does, and it has like an overdrive and basically creates like red patches on my whole body. And I've had it from when I was like probably 12, but not too bad. It was kind of just on the back of my scalp, and then I think when I was around about 18, I started to get patches just like appear on my body, mainly my stomach, and it just worse and worse and worse and worse till I was about 80% covered in psoriasis at one point.
Wow.
Worse, could it? It was just.
It covered literally from about here completely down. Like I'm surprised I don't have scars on my arms. My stomach's quite scarred from the psoriasis. I still have it now. But yeah, it's just got really, really bad. I think it got triggered from the birth control pill.
yeah.
But now that it's kind of triggered, they usually say once it starts it doesn't stop. So yeah, I think,
you think
for
it's
me
something
it's gonna have to be some sort of medication for the rest of my life, which is a bit hard, but also I'm just grateful that there's options out there to
Yeah, of
help
course.
manage conditions like that.
Is it painful when it's flared up?
Yes.
Yeah,
Kind of like sunburn.
sure.
But when
Yep.
it was really, really bad, like I couldn't wear tight clothing. Like I couldn't even lay down in bed with a duvet on me because it would just like burn.
It was like sunburn, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Like I always describe it as if like someone had like poured acid on my body.
Oh gosh.
yeah,
Wow.
very painful.
Isn't that what Kim Kardashian has? See, look at the
is.
two of you, like the top content creators, you and
bless
her.
you.
So similar.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Very sweet. No,
Are you able to swim in the beautiful
Yes.
sunny coast
For me,
salt water?
salt water's really good for
I
my
can imagine
skin.
it would be good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that is a really good thing then
yeah,
that
for
you're
sure.
up there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it definitely helps like soften my skin.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes when it's like really sore and flared up, it does sting a little bit because you know how like salt water can make things
Sure.
sting.
Yeah.
But yeah, usually it's fine.
She tried everything as well to get rid of it, and nothing worked. And that was where that's why you think it's the birth control pill, because as soon as she came off that, it reduced by 50% in like 2
Wow.
months.
Yeah.
Which is super strange. Yeah, but you're all good now.
All
aren't
fine.
you?
I feel like it's just made me stronger as a
It
person.
definitely has.
Is there some? Do you show that on TikTok
Yes.
as well? And
Yes.
yeah, that
Been
must
very
resonate with a lot of
open.
people.
Yeah, very open with my journey with my skin condition. I think
Yeah.
it helps so many women out there just see how it's not always perfect. You know, there's so much online these days of perfect looking people that it ends up being a bit toxic, I think, for younger generations. And I think it's important to spread the message that you're not always perfect. Everyone has like flaws.
It was almost a make or break though, wasn't it?
It was.
It was when it first started getting quite bad on her body. She was like, I don't know if I can do social media. It was either we stopped doing it or because you couldn't hide it, could you?
No, because
And
I
then,
was embarrassed.
And then I said to her one day, I think you should like maybe put a video out. It might help. And it was a big thing for like your confidence, wasn't it? And
Yeah.
you did one video and just had so much love.
Isn't
Yeah.
that great?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's where our family of fan base now comes from.
Right.
Because they feel like they really connect to Rosie a lot.
Isn't it interesting
been
if
vulnerable.
you tell the truth, show some
Oh my
vulnerability.
god, yes.
Yeah.
that you immediately embrace people because we all go through
Exactly.
tough
Yeah,
journeys.
yeah.
We all have our challenges,
For
and you
sure.
never know what is going on for somebody
No.
else.
And that's what social media should be, right? It should just
yeah.
be you embracing
I feel like too many people show just the best moments of
Yeah.
their
Oh,
life
yeah.
on social media and like
money, like the things that you think people want to look at. I think the more years are going on, people just want you to be real.
yeah.
They want to see you just like open up about your insecurities
Yeah.
and stuff. And
I think that's the foundation for us as content creators.
Mm-hmm.
I think going through that huge experience with my skin and things is like the main reason we just want to be real on social media.
Yeah, of course.
Just
Yeah.
to
I'd say so.
yeah.
And people can sniff out a fake
Oh god, yeah.
a fake relationship or a fake
Sure.
account. So
Yeah.
they get there. They're like, yeah, I don't know. And
Yeah.
we've seen a lot now, so you can tell the real ones from the fake
Definitely.
ones for sure. Was that one of the videos that sort of went viral that you were completely unexpected
I
that it
think-
went so well?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah,
Mm.
I think it was like 50-50. If I shared my skin condition, I was scared that it was going to be bad, and people would be like, oh, like, I don't want to look at that, or the opposite, and people were very supportive of it, which is how it went, and that was great.
It was actually the healthiest thing though for us to look at our career, because we used to put videos out sometimes just for the views.
Yeah.
We knew it would get really like loads of views, and I think one video one day got 30 million views and it had barely any likes, and we put out a video about your skin, and it was just like something to give back, like, you know, explaining her story and stuff, and it ended up getting, I think, 30 million views, but the comments and the likes were like, the ratio was like what, like
a lot
60,
higher.
40.
Yeah.
And that's when we realised that we should just, this is the content we should be making. Like,
Okay.
Because people actually interact with it and want to see it rather than
and it makes
just
us feel better as well.
How do you deal with, because I'm sure you get the dickheads that are going to write something nasty. How does that affect your mental health? Do you block them? Do you read them? How do you work with the
Our fan base
trolls?
controls it, don't they?
Yeah, our fan base
they
will
take
just
care of it?
they'll
Yeah,
just
in
take
what
care of
way?
it for us.
How does that
They'll
work?
just
Funny.
stick out up
They
for
say
us.
the stuff that Rosie wouldn't say. Put it
Yeah.
that way. Like, she'll be like, oh, this person, I should block. I'm like, no, give it 10 minutes. And there's loads of people like, how dare you say that? I'm like, there they go. Like, they've started
It's
to
so
warn out.
sweet.
It's really sweet, yeah.
Yeah, but I think for us, like, I think if you get negative comments, there's always going to be negative people out there that judge you, that don't like what you're going to do. But I think you have to kind of do things that don't really put yourself in a position to get those negative comments. So you just have to be mindful with what you say, what you do, how you kind of portray yourself, just to kind of help against things like that. But there is always going to be people that hate you. That's just life.
That's right.
It's just
Oh,
life.
That's right.
If
You
we all
can't
like
please
the
everyone.
same thing, the world would be a very weird
Exactly.
place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you try and seek everybody to love you, it's not going to happen.
No.
Yeah.
No.
It's just-
Is there a formula for success on TikTok or Instagram that you guys think?
God, I
I think it's actually harder now because it's like the social media apps are getting older and older and older, and there's like leaving less room for people.
Yeah.
I don't think there's I wouldn't say there's a formula apart from just being super unique and being you. People either enjoy watching you or they don't. I think that's literally all it is.
Okay.
And consistency, I'd
Yeah.
say. Consistency and being yourself.
I
yeah.
think if it's your goal, I think you'll always make a success. Like,
Yeah,
we see this
definitely.
thing all the time. Like, there's no thing as failure. Like, if you just try and try and try and try, you will always get what you want out
Yeah,
of life.
that's it, yeah.
I think anyone could be a success on social media if it's their number one goal and that's all they dedicate their time to. I don't see why
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't. So I wouldn't say there's a secret formula. I think it's mainly like your own drive.
What
to
I
things.
found really hard, and I think I like didn't pursue it as much as I could have as a kid so much because of confidence. I was always like thinking, oh, what if someone thought this of me? What if someone thought that? That is just the number one thing you got to get out of your head. Like, you just you've got to not care. Like, you are going to get millions of people see you, and they're going to comment and say stuff. But if it's your dream job, then you'll just make it work.
Yeah,
you
you
know?
just have to be confident in yourself, I
Yeah,
guess.
you have to be very confident in yourself.
Yeah, sure.
A great reminder is how quickly we are forgotten when we die. So
Yeah.
why would you give a crap about
Yeah,
what anyone says about you
exactly.
when you live?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Where do you see yourselves relationship wise in 10 years' time? Are you thinking about children in
Oh,
the
definitely,
future? Yep.
We would love to start a family
Yeah.
Family.
whenever is
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah.
So I think for us, having a baby is probably like our number one goal for the short term, which is very exciting. I think it sounds so weird, and I don't know whether we're always going to get hated when we say this, but our dogs have made us so ready to have babies.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because
I think we treat them like babies. So, like,
Yeah.
I almost feel like,
the
we're-
love that we've learnt from having like another fluffy thing that you look after that depends on you.
Yes.
Kind of in a way is going to be similar to when you have a child, I guess. I don't know, some people might hate
Can I
on
tell
that,
you-
but
Some people really disagree.
We did
but-
exactly that.
it depends on what type of dog parent you are, doesn't
we had
it?
a little boy, a little dog,
Yeah.
and
They say start with a plant, then an
yeah,
animal,
although we
and
can't
then a
look
baby.
after plants. We're so bad
Oh,
at looking
we're
after
terrible.
Don't
plants.
have a baby then. Don't have a baby then. That's ruled you out. No, you'll be fine. You'll be
listen
fine.
to your mother.
No, if you look taking care of your dogs, you'll be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, we would love to start a family, and I think for us, I think the number one thing in life is just love, isn't it? I think when you've got love, you're surrounded by love and you're doing things that you love, you're happy. And I think
Yeah.
over the next 10 years, like, we're engaged, so we'd love to get married, start some new businesses and go on some new business ventures.
Yeah.
And yeah,
But still remain doing social media. It'll always be a thing we do.
yeah,
you know?
always.
Yeah. Can't wait for that next chapter.
So I was going to say, there's so much in the press, as you would know, about social media, mental health, teens. We're just about, I think, did we pass the law about putting that law into place for
Is it
social
for
media and
Instagram?
For
teens?
16.
Kids?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes, with Meta.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that.
What's your sense of that? Would you allow your kids on social media at a certain age? Like, what's your feeling about
It's
that?
so hard to say.
I don't know where social media is going to be by the time they can have a phone. I
That's
don't know.
exactly right.
don't know,
Yeah,
but
we
it's
might
so
have gone
hard
back
to-
to flip phones by then.
Yeah, who
I
knows?
kind of hope so.
Nothing wrong with that.
I feel like we were like the last generation to grow up without
Yeah.
social
Yes.
media. I'm so grateful for that. And
Definitely.
I definitely think we want to take a lot of how we grew up in our childhood with a lot of colouring in and sticker books
We
and
still do it now.
things like
yeah.
that.
We just
like,
ordered a $350
don't
pen
embarrass
set.
me like this.
Yeah,
Well, I say we, Rosie.
Colouring.
And then I took it from her and I started colouring it, don't I? We bought these colouring books. Like, we're still colouring all the time. I don't know why, but it's just that it keeps
Well, it's kind of meditative.
Yeah.
It is,
It
exactly.
zones my head out. And the pens are great. I don't know
Yeah.
where you got them from, but they're so good.
Amazon.
Yeah.
I was going to say Temu. No.
Yeah, no, not Timu. But yeah,
It
I
would
think,
have been $5 from Temu.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. But yeah, I think in the future with our children, it's kind of just one of those things you just gauge as they're in your life and what you
It's
feel
funny that
comfortable
they'll
with.
never know, like, when you have the Nokia phone and you press it 3 times to press one of the things.
One of the
Yes.
letters.
L, M or P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get it wrong. You're like, I have to go back. And it takes you 15 minutes to send one.
Correct.
text
They'll
that
never
says,
experience
hello.
that.
Well,
They'll never experience that.
We
yeah,
grew up
which
with
is-
dial phones.
Yes.
1,
Yeah, so did our mum.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3.
And it was always the most ironic thing in Australia. 000 is our emergency number,
Yeah.
and that was the longest one to get round the
Oh,
door.
that's
yeah,
so
of course.
funny.
It should be
Emergency.
111. You're like, well, I'm
You know,
dead
you'd
now.
be
We're
done.
dying before they got to the third zero.
Another one.
You never know. I mean, yeah, I think when that time comes, it will just be. It's tough to say. It's
Yeah,
so
I feel
hard
like
to
you just
say.
feel it in your gut, don't you, when you're in that?
iPhones might be extinct then. You never know.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Not if
who
Apple has
knows?
anything to do with it.
Yeah, true.
Very
How
true.
do you guys keep yourselves? How do you protect yourselves from your public persona to your private lives? And can you separate it? What do you do?
I think for us, we've just always made sure our relationship is our number one priority over work, over filming. Like, we love our job and we love filming. It's literally like our life, but our relationship is number one for us. And if we are having a bad mental health day or one of us isn't feeling great, like, that is always way more important than getting the video, posting on social media. So I think we just make sure we always have a balance, and we will never film past certain times in the day. And we
Oh, that's
always
good. You
make
got a
sure we
curfew
take
then.
we take
Yeah.
weekends off as well, and just to try and keep that like structure.
Plan and, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Being Australian now, there's so much to do as well.
Yeah.
So much to do. We're
Do you get-
always exploring.
And do you get recognised out in the streets?
Yes, we
Oh,
do.
do you?
Yeah. And it's very, very sweet and weird being in Australia having that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
sure.
in England, that was where like our whole social media started. So we were kind of like used to it by then. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But now coming across outside of the world and people are like, oh, I know you were like,
Yeah.
Okay.
Her parents love it. They're like, I can't understand it.
Yeah,
They'll come
right.
up to us and like, hey, and they're like, how do they know you?
it's
Do
so
they?
sweet.
Yeah,
It's
so
so
nice.
lovely.
Because it's our age going,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
I think as well, like we post these videos and see numbers, but we don't
It's
really
hard to fathom it, isn't it?
think about that those numbers are actually individual
Yeah.
people.
Sure.
But you know, when you go to like the Wembley Stadium in the UK and there's 100,000 people, and it's like, and then every day we'll get like more views than that, and I can't comprehend that. It's
Yeah.
just like really strange.
Like everyone's sitting in Wembley Stadium
You have the
watching.
views of an
Yeah.
entire country. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
30 million, that's bigger than a lot of countries.
Yeah, I can't
Bigger than
can't-
Australia.
can't fathom it.
Yeah,
It's
it's
one of
very
those
strange.
things that's like
Yeah.
until when you meet the people out in the street, that's kind of when it feels a bit more real.
I think we actually felt like we had more followers when we had 20,000 followers, didn't we?
Why do you think
Which
that
is
is?
so weird. I don't know. I think the first 20,000, 50,000, 100,000 is such like a whoa. That's crazy. I've gone from like below 10,000 to like 100,000, and then anything past that, you just can't really comprehend it. I just
Yeah.
look at the number and I'm like, I know 1 million views comes in or 6 million followers. I think that's what we have, maybe 5. It's just weird. I just can't really comprehend that
Yeah.
that many people want to watch us. I don't know.
yeah, we're just like little us. You
Yeah,
know?
it's very nice.
like why?
I don't know if we'll know them, but I'm curious to ask this question anyway. Do you have favorite people that you love to watch?
Oh,
Yeah, we definitely do.
I know who yours is.
Yeah, my favourite girl to watch that I've always watched and has helped me through my psoriasis is like a fitness influencer called Whitney Simmons. I've always followed her. She's from America and she has psoriasis just like me.
Oh,
and I think
okay.
it's really nice to see other women doing similar things to me
Yep.
with that. So yeah, she's one of my...
And you started off doing fitness
Yes.
stuff. That's
Yeah,
cool.
She
right.
followed you back.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So it's really nice that
Yeah,
we've
she's
kind of
very
got that
sweet.
little thing going on.
How about you, Harry? Have you got a favourite?
I did have a favourite like ages ago. They always change. I love Ryan Traham. I don't know if you've heard of him.
No.
He's a big YouTuber. I really like him. He's an awesome guy. He makes some good videos. I appreciate his like editing and just the way
Yeah.
he
Yeah,
is.
because you view it from the editing
Yeah,
point of
so-
view.
Oh,
as well.
course,
He's so
yeah.
normal. Like he's not like, you watch some people you think, oh, it's really fake. He's not that type. Same as Whitney. She's like,
Yeah.
very
Okay,
sweet. So
I've
watched-
become obsessed with someone. He's an Instagram, but I think he's on YouTube too.
Yeah, go on.
But he's an Irish guy, Garen Music. Garen.
Do you know what's so weird, right? We don't use social media. so
not
when you
too
say
much.
people,
That's so funny.
we don't really scroll like you
use
know.
it to scroll. You mean? Yeah.
Yeah, we don't scroll. So when you say people,
Yeah.
sorry.
I know more than her, I think, because I'm always on it more than you. but
Yeah.
YouTube more or less. I don't
Right,
really,
What
I don't
does
really-
what does he do?
He is a musician, but he's
Okay.
this Irish guy with the foulest mouth, but he's the funniest human. I mean, I love anything Irish anyway, but he's just take on things. He'll be talking about the chocolates, and his tagline when he signs off, he goes, "Follow me, I'm delicious." And he's like he's a bigger dude, and he talks about his size, and he's
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious. I'm constantly sending them to
we're
you.
gonna have
I
to
get them all.
have to look him
Al
up.
sends them to me, but I know that she's about to send one because I'll hear her in her office going,
Then you get a notification come through.
Like, this
Yeah.
guy.
Oh,
Going
that's
back to how
funny.
you said, do we get recognised? I don't know if you guys remember or even knew. We had pink hair for 3 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
So both of us had pink hair for 3 years, and that's when we forgot even to mention that. That's where our kind of followers boomed,
Oh, wow.
and we actually did it because Rosie's skin condition was a similar colour to pink. So we thought, like, if we dye our hair pinks, maybe it would take away the fact that people look at our skin so much. And then we just stuck with it for like 3 years. I don't know why.
We
just
think
stuck with
it was
and-
kind of our thing that made us stand out a bit differently.
Sure.
When
So
you were saying about people recognising us, we literally could not go anywhere without them being like, oh, because it was so
Pink
vibrant.
hair.
And I'd go out with a hat on all the time. And it's so funny now because like the pink hair was a crazy time in our life.
Yeah, it was
wasn't
like an era,
You
wasn't
just
it?
couldn't miss it. Like 2 people going down, you just knew it was us.
Yeah,
Just
of course.
vibrant
One
I'd
and
never
pink
do that
two.
again,
That's
though.
a
Yeah,
very
going down.
clever move, though, isn't
Thank
it?
you.
That's like
Pink
without
one, pink
meaning
two.
to, probably.
Yeah.
But very,
Very
clever
cool.
move.
Yeah, I was so done with it though, wasn't I?
Yeah, we're both very done with
Can you
it.
imagine? Because wouldn't you have to bleach your hair first and then colour it?
It was
Yeah.
it was like a pre-color, wasn't it?
It was like a conditioner type thing, so every time we washed our hair, we'd have to colour it.
Oh, it was so annoying.
So like twice a week, we'd be colouring our hair.
I'm just thinking as a dad, all the grout in the
It
shower
was
is going to
actually
be
not
pink.
too bad.
It wouldn't stain,
Luckily,
would
it
it?
wouldn't stain. We
Yeah.
made sure we had one that didn't stain.
You can just
so-
dye the
Yeah.
dogs next time. Like,
So many people said to do that.
So
So
many people said
many.
that. I was like, if we want to get cancelled, then we're definitely going to do that.
Yeah.
and all rights activists will be like, you're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally.
All right, we do something called the 2-minute shower. So it's just, keeping your answers nice and short because we're in the shower together. We're saving water, as we always say.
like
We should
that.
probably try a different tagline, but hey, we're not.
It's all right. I
Big
think the shower's
influences
going
over here.
on. Let's turn the shower on now. Here comes the shower.
All right, you
we go.
put this question in, so I'm going to let you ask.
Oh, yeah. Meat pies or bangers and mash?
Meat pie.
Oh, say meat pie.
Ooh, okay.
Only recently though.
Yeah,
Only recently.
Okay.
they're good. All right, what's something about each other that you're very grateful for?
I'm grateful for. You go first.
I'd say the number one thing I'm grateful for with Harry is the fact he stood by me throughout my skin condition and didn't view me any differently, didn't love me any differently. Just that strength in our relationship has been like the number one thing, I'd say.
I would say that's very sweet. I'd say I'm so grateful for finding someone that's not only just like a relationship, but it's like my soulmate, best friend.
Yes.
It's like we'll spend every day together doing our work, filming and stuff like that, but we have such a good time.
Gonna make me tear up.
We we have such a laugh together. Like we're literally so silly. So that's what I'm most grateful for. I found
Yeah.
everything in one basically. yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. You can see that. You can feel it
Thank
too. It's
you.
really,
Very
really true.
All right. Last question. your partner in one word.
Oh my God, that's so difficult.
That is hard. God.
If you need to, we'll allow it, but one word if possible.
Spectacular.
Ooh.
That's my word.
That's very old-fashioned.
Yeah, no, I feel like that. Yeah, spectacular.
Okay,
Like it's the
thanks.
most English word I could think of. This
Love it.
I'd say patient.
I've got patience written on me. So.
Oh, there you go. There you
That's where she
go.
might have got it from.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I am very patient.
Beautiful. Rosie and Harry, thank you so much for your time
Thank you for
and
having
leaving your
us.
dogs up in the Sunshine Coast for
No
us.
worries. Thank you for having us.
How do we find you on TikTok?
Oh, right.
Oh, Rosie and Harry.
Rosie and Harry.
Rosie and Harry
Easy.
on all social platforms. Yeah.
Okay.
TikTok,
Easy
YouTube,
peasy.
Instagram.
Love it.
Brilliant.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
guys.
Thanks so much.
They were fantastic.
They were so sweet.
I know.
Very, very humble young couple.
Just thought it was amazing how, they felt more presence from a smaller amount of followers than the millions of followers.
Yeah, I wonder what that is. It's just, I guess because those early
Probably early
followers are
days.
just, they do probably feel like they're following you because they really are dedicated to you in a certain way. But, you just, wow, if you're getting to 5 million, that's a lot.
Yeah. We can follow them at Rosie and Harry
Yeah.
on all platforms.
That's right. See what they're all about and their
fun.
life on the Sunshine Coast now.
Meet the puppies, meet Labradors.
Yeah.
How great. Beautiful. Okay, we're done.
We are. Catch us next time on Separate Bathrooms.
Bye.